It was a freezing night, and me, along with my two friends Lisa and David, felt like accepting a dare nobody in town would. The rumors said there was some old house on a hill right outside of the town. Locals reported hearing all kinds of noise at night, lights going on and off in windows and whispers in the dark. We were, however, skeptical. We thought this was just some stories that people came up with. So on the full moon night we took off to the house, climbing up the hill. As we went further up the hill we got sight of the house. How creepy it looked. Broke windows, sagged roof, and the very front door hung only through one hinge. It sent chills up your spines with how the very air around felt weirdly cold. As soon as we stepped inside, the temperature dropped instantly, like something had frozen time. Everything inside was decayed. The floors creaked under our feet and the walls were peeling. But then something caught my attention, a single old chair facing a cracked mirror in the living room. Lisa laughed nervously. "Looks like Margaret used to sit here," she joked, but her voice echoed in a way that felt wrong. We went on further and David discovered a stairway up. We accompanied him. When we'd reached halfway he turned around to us and stiffened. "Did you hear that?" he breathed. We didn't then, but then, if it had been a test, as if on some cue, a faint and eerie humming floated down upon us. It was very soft, like a lullaby, but it gave us all the chills. Curiosity forced us to move further up. We went to the second floor. The bedroom was half bare, with just one bed frame and a doll at the windowsill. Eyes of the doll, as if it were following our every move. Then the door slammed shut behind us and it was deafening. Lisa screamed and we rushed to open it, but the door would not budge. The humming grew louder, more intense, and then the doll fell to the floor. Its porcelain face cracked as it hit the ground, and that is when we saw her. In the far corner of the room stood a woman. Her face was pale, her eyes hollow and dark, as if life had long since drained from her. She raised a hand and pointed at us. "You shouldn't have come here," she whispered, her voice cold and distant. We froze with fear. And then, as if everything was some dream or nightmare, the flashlights flickered and then went out, leaving us completely in darkness. We heard our hearts pounding as we screamed. David pounded on the door, which did not open. Finally the door would give way and we'll run out of the house even faster than I imagined before. Not daring to look backward, we wouldn't have stopped until we returned all the way down that bottom hill, panting in the air. We went back the next morning with the police, but upon reaching the house it was empty. There was no sign of anyone or anything inside. But when we went to the bedroom we saw it. The doll was back on the windowsill, its cracked face now grinning at us. After that none of us talked about what happened that night. But people in town still say that on full moon nights, if you pass by that house, you can still hear the humming, as if someone is waiting for you to step inside.